What's up, guys? This is Acid Root. So this one's gonna kind of weigh in on what Eminem's been up to. So I've been kind of unconsciously paying attention to him. I reviewed him a lot in my first year of this channel, the 2015-2016 year, but it kind of tapered off just because, I know Eminem so well. I'm more interested in what he's currently doing, but he kind of took a vacation after the Southpaw soundtrack, so it's good to see him back in action. But at the beginning of this year, he did a guest appearance on Big Sean's I Decided, and he called Donald Trump a bitch. But the thing about it was that at the time that was kind of an uncommon subject, is because Eminem missed the whole Trump campaign that went on over the past couple years. So for him to say something like that just as he was becoming president, it was a little different. But then, a lot of time passed between late 2016, when he probably made that verse, and all the way up to even September, October of this year of 2017. And we haven't heard anything from him. But the thing is he did the Bodied soundtrack, or he did the Bodied movie. And I go to hip hop news websites to figure out what's going on in rap. And the thing was I saw a headline saying Eminem and Dr. Dre are going to contribute to the Bodied soundtrack. And I thought, well, this is Eminem in a producer position, seeing what he can do with movies. He had 8 Mile, but that was also 15 years ago. So at this point, it's good to see him flex that again. But I'm just wondering, with Eminem's new album possibly coming out this month, what are we going to do with the Bodied soundtrack? I was kind of hoping that we would have gotten like a 1-2 punch, but I know he doesn't want one to steal the other's thunder. So I know obviously there's going to be some local or newer rappers on the Bodied soundtrack. I just want to almost make sure that this project has not been forgotten about. This is more. It's not like there's much I can do about it, but I still want to at least hope that Eminem's next project will be the Bodied soundtrack, instead of taking off another 3.5, 4.5 years between that and his next album. I mean, really, I know Eminem's getting older. Some folks, you might say he's washed up, or he's past his prime. But I'm just wondering. I mean, if both of these albums work, I'd be more than happy to kind of say, Slim Shady could probably cruise out through the rest of this decade as like a decent second, third, well, maybe not second place, but a decent third, fourth, or fifth place as, top artists of the 2010s. I obviously feel like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and, a couple other people have done this sort of thing this decade. Drake's been here since 2009, so I think he's probably going to be one of the top artists. You have Adele. But, I really honestly think Eminem's just kind of been waiting in the wings. And the whole thing is Recovery was kind of a, sleeping giant. The Marshall Mathers LP2 was probably his quietest album, but apparently he returned to his lyricism. I don't remember too many actual hits off that, but between that and the Bad Meets Evil, he's had some slick looks. It's just that he hasn't had slick songs. I feel like that's just the whole problem. Me trying to sit there and figure out, can this man have something that I feel like is finally an essential album that I haven't felt since Relapse. And I mean, I'll give him Recovery, but I mean, there's just something about it. I think Eminem's really been choosing lyricism over everything else on this project, and it's becoming an issue because we keep trying to take this Wu-Tang type style where lyrics seem to come before everything else, but that doesn't work under the context. I mean, why do you think we know 50 Cent better than we know Styles P? And I think that's just kind of the thing. It's because 50 Cent knew how to make a good ass hook. He knew how to have some great production. He had Dr. Dre and these sorts of people, good contacts, these sorts of things that, just fiery lyricism off the handle, it just doesn't seem to be working as well, which is, it's just getting, I'm kind of wondering. I mean, I know obviously trying to give Eminem advice is just not going to work, but I'm just hoping that, this year between the rest of 2017 and 2018, that a year from now I'm going to wind up saying, okay, Eminem just dropped two, you know, essential products. I know it's not hard for him to drop good projects, but I want them to be essential. I want them to be addictive. So, I mean, obviously at this point, if Revival is really done, there's not too much more we can do about it, but I would like to hope that I'm actually going to, not forget about this album 2 weeks, 2 months after it comes out. Because I just don't feel like that is credit to Eminem's name. That's not the Eminem I knew as someone that you forget about him, a month after he comes out. So, but yeah, I definitely, the point of this video is to sit there and say, I'm hoping that the Bodied soundtrack has some sort of hit on it, and we wind up getting like, at least a Dr. Dre feature. I mean, he shows up once every 3 years nowadays, but I would like to get some Eminem, Dr. Dre stuff on there. We need this.